Now let's head to Massachusetts, where we're hearing from two more witnesses in the Lindsay Clancy trial today before closing arguments start. This after yesterday's dramatic turn in the courtroom, where a witness for the prosecution brought up religion. It led to the defense team requesting a mistrial in the case, but the judge rejected that effort. Attorney and legal analyst Joe Tamburino joins us right now for much more. Joe, thank you for your time again today. So talk to us about the precedent of religion being brought up in a trial.
Well, thank you for having me on. Religion really has no part in a criminal trial. It would be a very rare circumstance that religion would ever have a part. And the judge was absolutely right to tell the jury, do not factor in, do not consider at all the mentioning of Catholicism or what a mortal sin is. It simply has no part in the trial.
And ultimately, how do you think the jury will view all of this? Because the judge can say, hey, don't talk about that, but the jury still heard it anyway.
Well, that's a good point that you raise, because we are all human beings. Just because you're sitting on a jury and just because a judge tells you do not consider certain things doesn't mean you can't unhear it. It's going to be in the back of your mind. Now, the big issue is to say to yourself, look, it is in the back of my mind, but the judge said I should not use this as a factor. And it's going to be part of what's called the jury instructions in the end. So if the jury really follows those instructions, it could still be a fair trial.
And what message will the two legal teams, the defense and the prosecution, what will they try to get across as we now get closer to those closing arguments?
Well, from the defense side, the defense is going to argue that Ms. Clancy was insane at the time, that she didn't have the legal ability, the mental ability to factor in intent, to know what she was doing. And they're going to hit the prosecutor with something that is a problem from the prosecution. And that's their two expert witnesses that they called earlier on, Dr. Heilbrunn and Dr. Mack, who disagree as to whether or not Ms. Clancy had bipolar and if she was basically in the throes of some type of psychosis. Now, they both agree that she was not insane at the time, but still they disagreed in terms of what she was actually suffering from. So the defense will use that.
Okay, Joe Tamburino, appreciate your insight today. Thank you so much.